Hello and welcome to my review of the Necrons Wraiths. One of these sets will cost you £32.50 for 3 of them, making them a little bit more than £10 per model. The multi-part plastic box set does contain 135 components, which is pretty nice, and consists of 3 40mm round bases. What we'll do is we'll have a look at the models themselves, we'll look at the details. I can't show you the spare parts because I built this kit a while ago and this is part of me reviewing all of the units in the Necron Codex. But what I will do is show you some size comparisons with newer Necron units, which I hope you'll find useful, and then we'll dive into the brand new rules for them. They have technically got a little bit better. So first things first, let's have a look at the detail. They're pretty nice models. They've got these weapons here, which are either the particle casters or transdimensional beamers. I want to call these the transdimensional beamers, but I could be completely wrong. You've got a choice of the 2 weapons with them. They look so cool. They're a cross between the Canoptek spiders and the Ophidian destroyers, even though Ophidian destroyers are the new models. I love how Games Workshop have designed the whip coil tails with the spike at the end. I love how they kind of wiggle about and move about on these anti-grav bauble things on the technology. I like how the legs look and the arms look, whatever you want to call them, and I really like the blades that come out of the legs. Very similar to the Seraptech Heavy Destroyer. The head's similar, these blades that come out of the arms are similar. I love that shared aesthetic. These Wraiths and the Triarch Stalker share a lot of the same aesthetics to the Seraptech Heavy Construct. So that's one of them. So 2 of them are similar height, and then you've got this tall one as well, really up on its with the tail coiled, ready to strike maybe. But again, all of these blades are out. I'm not sure whether you can move them and hide them in. Never really thought about that. Never really thought about putting them in. But they're very similar. Their heads and necks. I think you can swap their heads about. They've all got different lenses on them that give them a bit of a different feel. Yeah, I mean, the differences here, mainly with these 2, are just the way that tail is coiled. But they look so cool. I really like them. I'd like to see much bigger ones of these. They are sort of the same size as the ones that you get encrusted on the obelisk or on the new monolith. Anyway, there are no spare parts for me to show you, but yeah, you can just imagine that there will be a fair number as you get 130 parts in the kit, in the full kit. Let's go straight on to some size comparisons then. So I've got some Scorpec destroyers, which are fairly large-ish models, and then I've got the Ophidian destroyers. Now, the Ophidian destroyers, technically all 3 of them are taller than the shortest 2, but this tall one is taller than the rest of the Ophidian destroyers, if that makes sense. So this is taller than the 3, but the 3 are taller than the shortest 2, with the destroyers looking quite small because they don't have a tail to sort of arch back on. Hope that comparison helps. Is there really any issue? Is there much point in me putting in the Void Dragon in here, other than it's an absolutely amazing model? Sort of. The Wraiths, the tallest Wraith goes up to like his thigh, I want to guess. But there you go. Hopefully that helps. And the final comparison I'll make is just with the Necron Warrior. So if you've just got Necron Warriors and you wanted to find out how tall these Wraiths are, then yeah, they're going to be one of the tallest Necron models in your collection if you get them. And they've got a lot of bulk to them, you know, big carapaces with glowing parts. You know, I'm sure that they'll be an absolute joy to paint. So there you go. And the final size comparison I'd like to make is just with the Imperial models right here. You've got a Primaris on the right, a normal Legacy Space Marine on the left, and then Slime Arbo in the middle. Yeah, if you're going against normal Space Marines Primaris, doesn't really matter. These Wraiths, if you've got 6 of them, are going to tower above anything Space Marine is packing, unless it's like a big Repulsor tank or a Redemptor Dreadnought or something like that. I think they're actually probably similar, if not taller, than a standard Dreadnought, one of the old school ones. Okay then, this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for the Canoptech Wraiths. Can you guess which section they're in? Well, they are in the fast attack choice. Fast attack choice is rapidly getting full in the Necron Codex. You've got everything from the Canoptech Scarab Swarms to the Ophidian Destroyers to Tomb Blades to Triarch Praetorians, and now the Canoptech Wraiths. The power points cost of these is a 5, and their points cost is 35 points per model, 5 points for the Particle Caster, or 10 points for the Transdimensional Beamer. So the Canoptech Wraiths, you can have between 3 and 6 in the unit. If the unit contains 4 or more models, it has a power rating of 10. Every model is equipped with Vicious Claws. Movement speed is 12 inches, weapon skill is 4+, ballistic skill is 4+, strength 4, toughness 5, 3 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 10, and a save of 3+. That kind of makes them one of the fastest units in the army at the 12-inch movement speed. They're faster than Scarabs, they're faster than the Ophidian Destroyers. They're not quite as fast as the Tomb Blades. They really can pick up speed. They're the same speed as the Annihilation Barge and the Doomsday Arc, so they can still get around quite quickly. Their weapons then. So the Particle Caster is a 12-inch range, pistol 2, strength 6, AP 0, and a damage of 1. That's alright, you know, you're getting 6 shots there with a unit of 3, but no AP and 1 damage make them a bit lackluster. The Transdimensional Beamer, on the other hand, is a 12-inch range, assault 1, strength 4, AP -3, and a damage of 3. Some would say that's much better. You're only getting 3 shots. You've got to remember that their ballistic skill is still only 4+, but if they do hit home with those weapons, they have got a nice AP -3 and a nice damage of 3. The Vicious Claws then, they +2 to the strength, which would be 6, AP -2 and a damage of 2, that's quite decent. And then the Whip Coils, strength of the user, which would be 4, AP -1 and damage 1, but each time an attack is made with this weapon, make 2 hit rolls instead of 1. That could be horrific. You know, if you've got 4 attacks each, you're going to be pumping out 24 attacks all of a sudden. Any number of models can each be equipped with one of the following: 1 Particle Caster or 1 Transdimensional Beamer. Any number of models can each have their Vicious Claws replaced with Whip Coils. So it's up to you whether you want the Vicious Claws having better AP, more damage and more strength, or going for the Whip Coils, which do bump up the number of attacks. I think mine have all got Vicious Claws. Abilities: Living Metal, Reanimation Protocols, Command Protocols. Slinking Strike. This unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge within a turn. Yeah, I think it should be within a turn in which it fell back. Wraith Form. Models in this unit have a 4+ invulnerable save, so you've got a 3+ normal, 4+ invulnerable, and in addition, each time this unit makes a normal move, advances, falls back, or it makes a charge move, until that move is finished, models in this unit can move horizontally through models and terrain features. They cannot finish a move on top of another model or its base. That's quite nice, that they can move through models. Keywords: Necrons, Beasts, Canoptech Wraiths. So they are the Canoptech Wraiths. Comparing them to the previous Codex entry, they have a worse off weapon skill and ballistic skill, a worse strength, the same toughness, same wounds, but they have 1 extra attack and their save is better. And they have a worse invulnerable save. They used to have a 3+ invulnerable save, now they only have a 4+, but they do have those other abilities too. And the Particle Caster gets 2 shots, but the Transdimensional Beamer is now no longer heavy D3, it's an assault weapon, but has a damage of 3 this time. The Whip Coils are worse, and it has double the attacks, instead of whereas before, if the bearer was slain in the fight phase, you could continue fighting with it for a little while before it was removed. So they're the main differences with the Wraiths. What do you think? Do you think that they should have kept the 3+ invulnerable and the better weapon skill and ballistic skill, as opposed to what they've got now? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Silent King protects.